Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode. It's called From Vision to Venture. Bharat Sharma's e-commerce Odyssey. Bharat, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Good morning to everyone. Lovely to meet you, Tim. I'm looking forward for this talk.
Lovely to meet you too. So, Bharat, could you share with us the story behind founding Monsoon Consulting? What drove you to focus specifically on e-commerce and content management systems?
Sure. I wish I could claim that I'm that wonder kid dropped out from MIT and I had a great genius idea to start with, but nothing of that sort, Tim. I say where I am as a business, it's a series of the mistakes, the lesson learned, the improvisation I have to do to adjust my business plan and strategy. But I started as a college graduate from India doing programming, did a lot of IT jobs. And when I started the business, I found myself in Ireland working as an IT consultant. And my first idea as a business was to do something to do with the mobile apps. I had a couple of patents. I started with that. But over the time, based on the opportunity, timings, and a series of where I was, I found myself working with a lot of clients who is looking around digital transformation services. And in that process, Tim, I also learned that I actually love doing and helping these traditional businesses who really, really want to utilize digital for e-commerce, content management system, getting their messaging out, selling their services product online. And they are absolutely brilliant at what they do as a business, as a traditional old style businesses, but they need a bit of a help on technology. So that marriage between technology and a traditional businesses and then helping them to thrive, taking advantage of digital, this is where I found myself more passionate about it. And in the end, I end up settled on setting up the agency or doing only e-commerce and CMS. So bit of a journey, not a kind of a ticket I kind of woke up with, but I'm very happy where I am today, and I'm really excited and continue doing that business. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Monsoon Consulting has been identified as a leader in creating digital commerce platforms. Can you explain what sets your approach apart in the B2B and B2C digital space?
Sure. I think the differentiator between us, Tim, between us and a lot of other agencies playing in the similar some kind of a technology sector is we don't see ourselves as a technology company, Tim. We are a solution company. So everything we do, we first think, what is that will help my client to thrive in their day-to-day business? What helps them to get their message out, they get brand correct, to sell their services online? So we kind of start from customer first approach, and then we are very fussy. So I know we are a small business, so we can't do everything and anything. So that something that sets apart is we know exactly the kind of clients we want to work, and we qualify these clients, and we say more no than more yes. And that gives us a very niche, very targeted area where we have a good experience working with the similar clients, similar challenges, similar industry. And my team, my consultants, my technology guys, my design team, we are really, really good at knowing that industry. So we can do a bit more justice for the money we are getting paid. So we give the best return to our client. So I think the distinguish between us is we say a lot of no. We are very focused on the niche areas we are good at, and we qualify those things before we commit. And once we are committed, we work with this client for years and years and years and make sure that they literally dominate and thrive in their industry. And I think that has been the privilege for my business so far.
Fantastic. So, you've established a long-term partnership with Adobe, specializing in their platforms since 2010. How has this relationship enhanced the solutions you offer to your clients?
Oh, it's been amazing being the partner with Adobe team. So just the background of our agency is we were not Adobe partner by choice. What happened is we were partner with a technology called Magento, which was the market leader of e-commerce solutions. And 3, 4 years ago, Adobe acquired Magento, and now it's called Adobe Commerce. But since Adobe has acquired that, what we have learned, look, Adobe is the dominant market leader when it comes to digital transformation, MarTech solutions, providing that end-to-end, right from creative clouds to customer experience cloud to for companies to create their assets, to manage the assets, to distribute the asset, and then that scale that for very, very large businesses. So working with Adobe gave us the exposure to these technology, which is dominantly the market leader, probably the best solution that is available in these sectors. Then Adobe has changed our way of thinking. We used to be starting from small open source style businesses that were our target. But since Adobe took over, we started focusing on the niche where Adobe solution fits in, which is more enterprise size. So my client's portfolio, my client's size, the solution of our deal is becoming far bigger. And thanks to Adobe, we are learning and continuously getting better. And the best part, Tim, Adobe is innovating so much. They're using very, very good tools around
Sure.
AI. They have Adobe Sanctuary. They have scalable architect about cloud. They always think really big and they think end to end. They're
Sure.
not siloing themselves just a content management system or e-commerce. Right from you are thinking of creating an image to managing that to creating content, distributing it, selling it online, doing market automation, everything you could think about it. They have an end-to-end seamless solution. And thanks to them, I have access to all of these solutions in my
Cool.
bag. And I think that's really transforming my business. And I'm just tagging along with them for the growth and the journey of success.
Fabulous. So over the years, Monsoon Consulting has expanded its presence across Europe with offices in Dublin, London, and Lisbon. What has been your strategy for managing growth while ensuring quality and innovation?
So the two things I always look for, Tim, that every time I look in the expansion, look at hiring or working a team member or serve a client, the two things I always ask myself is A, if it's a resource I want to hire, are they the best in their class? The quality cannot be compromised. We are an expensive, probably at kind of a more of the premium level agency. We charge that because we don't do low cost outsourcing model. So every team member Monsoon has needs to be absolutely best in their skill set. So one of the reason I open an office or create a resource center in centers like Lisbon, I used to have an office in Kiev, is because of the availability of the best in class engineers.
Yes.
And the second reason I would go to any territory is obviously clients. The kind of relationship we need to have with our clients, understanding we need to help our clients for. Most of my clients are traditional businesses. So they are at least 100 to 200 million euro or pounds size
Sure.
minimum. Some of them are in the billion pounds, and all of them are very successful in their vertical. We become their technology partner, almost their extended team when it comes to
Sure.
e-commerce. So we need to be aligned and available and have relationship with these clients. Therefore, if my clients are in UK, I need to have team and consultants and people in UK. So when I look at a market where I see there are good clients where I can help them out, if that's the market I'm looking to expand, I will always commit local offices. And we are considering Middle East as a viable market for us, looking at Riyadh and Dubai. And we
Sure.
will be following exactly the same strategy. We'll have an office there, we'll hire local consultant, expert, technology people, and then we'll look at relationship with the clients in the long-term basis. Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, with a comprehensive range of services, Consulting takes a pride in offering end-to-end digital solutions. Yeah. Could you elaborate on the key services you provide and the industries you cater to?
Sure. So I'll start with the easy part, which is the industry we cater to. I think coming from the e-commerce background, Tim, retailer is a given. Anyone is looking to sell online. But our niche or our core expertise is around B2B e-commerce. So if there are clients around, if they're wholesalers, if they're distributors, if they're manufacturer, and most of the transactions are happening between one business to the other, on a regular basis with minimum of few hundred million turnover, and they have complex challenges. I'm not very good. I need to be honest about it. I'm not
Sure.
very good at small e-commerce. Someone
No.
is trying to sell 50 products on a kind of a Shopify website. We are not good at that. But my clients would be, if you look at the verticals like food and beverage sector, if you look at the verticals like pharmaceutical and life science sector, DIY hardware sector, with the minimum critical mass of hundreds of thousands of products or SKUs, and they have a challenge around, different price models for different buyers. They have challenges around complex logistics, inventory, integration with the ERP system. That's the client we work really well. And that is the portfolio we have been serving with. Service point of view, Tim, most of my clients are traditional businesses. So we become their go-to technology team. First service we always do in most of the cases is we work with the client to figure out what solution they need.
Sure.
How do they go digital? So a lot of early stages engagement is around discovering, consulting, figuring it out. What is the right solution? Not so much coding, but just to figure out what is the best solution for client. Then once we figure it out and we bring client on board that yes, this is the right solution, then we do it for them. So we provide a technical platform or a coding part. We do the dev work for them. Then once that's done, then we maintain it for them to make sure it's scalable. If Christmas, it could take the spike. If it's a sports club and they are championship final, it can take all the orders on the day without crashing down. So all of that support and maintenance activity, ongoing basis, it's secure, it's compliant. We look after that piece. And then the last and most important piece is about actually two parts. One is around the make sure that they got a great solution, but they need to make the money out of it to get the best ROI. So we then continuously work with them to consult and advise how do they get the best ROI. So we consult them and advise them to make more. And then we have team members around marketing technology side. So how do they market? What brand they need to have? If they are selling it to chefs who is selling food and beverage solution, what is the user persona, what device they use, so all that UI UX designing, I would have the expertise. So it's end-to-end solution.
End-to-end.
Yeah, but it's for one client. It's not like we are giving UI UX to one and ERP integration to. We don't do that. We have small number of clients, but very successful clients doing 300, 400 million euro turnover a year. But then we work with them to make sure they don't need to worry about anywhere else. We provide all in-house service to them.
Fantastic. So transitioning businesses from traditional to digital platforms is one of your specialities.
Yes.
How do you approach this transformation for your clients, especially those in the B2B sector?
So it's actually a great question, Tim, and it's biggest challenge. I think it's not about so much the technology that is the challenge here. Successful businesses by nature have a big inertia. They have a huge team. They have sales guys taking phone call orders. They have old style agents who is, agent network. They're sending the printed catalogs to their buyers, and they're getting errors in the fax and emails. And that has obviously changed a little bit since the COVID. People are forced to look at digital. They can't rely on that human-centric transactions and team members. So it helped us a lot. So the way we look at it every time is we advise our clients a series of things. First thing we tell our clients is, look, always think small. Yes, you have a vision of transforming your entire business. You want to bring your entire sales to the using the technology. But let's start with what is the easiest and most important. What is your minimum viable solution you can bring in? Then we advise them to map out that minimum viable product with something that we can build and show to their client, to their users, their team members, to their buyers to get the feedback and experience. And then what we do is we actually advise our clients to say, okay, what is your 3 years vision? Let's put that in high level. But what is your 6 months goal that could give you more confidence if we achieve that? So you plan big, but you start small. Second thing we do is we are always advised to adopt early adopters in the team. So if you're trying to
Sure.
do technology solution in the silo and you're just dealing with IT managers, it's never going to be successful. Most important thing is you need to make sure that person who is doing the marketing, people who is creating the product detail, product design, commercial team who knows the, how to charge, what's the discount you can give, all of these needs to be involved. So what we
Sure.
do is we always make a kind of a little committee of the project success team from the client side, stakeholders, and we make sure that all of them are involved and they get excited about, oh my God, can I do this?
Sure.
Can I not do this?
Yeah.
And once you have those people to buy in, success of your challenge, success of your client implementation is a lot higher. Other things we do is we tell client to set the right expectation. A lot of companies, especially if they're traditional businesses, they believe once e-commerce site is done, orders will be just coming in every
Mm,
night, like there'll be thousands and millions of orders. We need to explain to them, it's just not the making the website or an e-commerce solution. You need to market it, you need to polish it, you need to take feedback, you need to enhance it, and incrementally, it's like opening any shop. You open a shop in the high street doesn't mean people will just flood into the door. You need to put the merchandise right, you need to advertise, you need to do some big ceremony, advertise, and attract the footfall. It's exactly the same. So there are some challenges. I think the biggest challenge is around the mindset and education. It's not technology. We all are engineers. We can do the technical part, but get the people buying in, setting the expectation, and sometimes insecurities around salespeople or front people that believe that technology will replace their job. We need to explain to them it's not going to replace the job. It's going to enhance their job. Human cannot be replaced by technology, but human can be focused more on quality work, more of customer relationship building, more creative work, and technology can take all the rudimentary day-to-day jobs. So there's an education piece which we use to educate our client. And once you do that, it takes time, and sometimes you don't get it perfect. But then what you do is you always make sure to take feedbacks, like an incremental approach. And then you sit with your clients, what lesson you learned, what mistake you did, and you keep improving incrementally. There's no magic formula, Tim, unfortunately, but it's very simple, common sense approach.
Fantastic. So digital transformations, and you've mentioned some of these, comes with a set of challenges. From your experience, what are the common hurdles business face? And how does Monsoon Consulting assist in overcoming these?
Okay. The biggest challenge I found, especially for traditionally businesses, let's say you're a food distributor or you are a DIY company or you are, pharmaceutical, any market player, successful businesses doing hundreds of million, they're successful because they're busy and they're really good at what they do. But if they're so busy and if you expect them to do digital transformation or e-commerce solutions, they don't have time. So first thing Monsoon do is we set the expectation right and tell whoever is willing to be involved in this project to work with us, we can't do without you. But we set the management expectation that these people need to be available for 50% or 100%. So you define the expectation right and you ring fence those people that it's not as easy that you just give me the money. 6 months later, I come back and give you a great solution. It'll be all singing and dancing. So first thing you do is you set the expectation right and you educate what is the critical criteria of successful and be honest about it. Second thing is expertise. These guys are not expert, and a lot of time project fail because IT company believe it's client responsibility to tell them what needs to be done. They're waiting for clients to tell, and then other side companies believe it's the IT companies who are expert in the e-commerce. So we take proactive approach. We ask probing questions. We let them think a lot. So upfront discovery, figuring it out, and helping those clients to say, have you thought about this? I have another food and beverage client who is doing 300 million. They have done click and collect so well. Have you considered that? Have you thought about, you're thinking of e-commerce, but have you thought about self-service where just because you have a portal, all of your existing client go into this area and download old invoices, product spec sheet. Just by doing that, you can save a huge amount of customer support jobs and have a huge cost saving. So we proactively advise them what can be done instead of what they're looking for. I think that helps. Also, we are obviously expert in the technology part. We make sure that client is not distracted too much when it comes to technology. And then the key is the management expectations. We
Sure.
continuously tell clients, please don't expect everything's going to be fantastic tomorrow. It takes time.
Fantastic. So you've been involved with a dear passion of mine, Liverpool Football Club. I'm one of your clients. But
True.
could you share an example or two of how Monsoon Consulting has significantly impacted the client's business through your digital solutions?
Sure, sure. I'll give you three very fast examples. So one is One for All. It's a gift card company. They started very small with probably about 50 million turnover, actually less than 10 million turnover. And they used to give physical gift cards that could be redeemed. You get the shop. We worked with them for last 10 years. And in the end, we provide them a great innovative solution using e-commerce, using MasterCard APIs, using Braintree solutions. And then we created iPhone app. So now instead of having a gift card, you can tap your virtual gift card and do that. The technology was so innovative and it worked so successful. After about 3 years of working with them, a big company from UK called Blackhawk Network, they're about 26 billion pound fintech company.
Wow.
They spotted the opportunity. They acquired this technology and the client. And now the same technology is rolled out by us and maintained by us to 4 or 5 different countries. And they're
Fantastic.
doing millions and millions and hundreds of millions. Because now they are a part of a 26 billion pound fintech company, they're deemed as a bank. We need to up our game by compliances, ISO, securities, VPN connectivity. And that's one of the great success stories we have had from a very small client to make them literally become a multi-billion dollar solution. The other example I have is a company called Unifar Pharmacy. When we started with them, all of their sales and transaction was offline. Unifar is Ireland's biggest pharmacy manufacturer, wholesaler, and distributor. They own about 45% of the Irish market. So any high street pharmaceutical store, they will be buying their supplies of prescription medication as well as the cosmetics, the kind of a normal, off the shelf items from them. So we started working with them in 2013 or something like that. Now we are on their third solution
Wow.
that they are into hundreds of millions online turnover doing B2B. And there are obviously tangible success, which we were anticipating. But one of the intangible success story is when we created their self-service area and all the invoices, the old product spec sheets, the medication, how to, all of those, we made that resources available in a kind of a logged in area.
Sure.
Within 2 years, Tim, they managed to redeploy 13 of their in-house staff to do something more important.
Wow.
We weren't even expecting that kind of an outcome.
Yeah.
And now that company, Unifar, is listed Irish company on the stock market. They are acquiring a lot of brands, and it's been an amazing success story. That's two for you, I think.
Fantastic. Well done. Yeah, yeah, it's really good. So, as the digital landscape continues to evolve rapidly, what future trends in e-commerce and CMS are you excited about? And how is Monsoon Consulting gearing up to incorporate these trends?
Oh, it's very exciting landscape, Tim. I was in Riyadh. Actually, I met you there as well a couple of months ago. And the amount of innovation, AI use cases that's coming into the entire digital transformation, club that with cloud-based infrastructure, the scalability, and the solutions. What excites me more is I think at the minute or until now, traditionally we look at silos of solutions. So we look at CMS solution, content management system, we look e-commerce as a solution, we look at ERP as a solution. In my opinion, all of those lines going to be blurred. You
Yeah.
will be thinking
Yes.
one
Agree.
end-to-end solution from, for example, if you look at the Adobe kind of a mindset, you have creative clouds. Right when you're thinking of creating an image or a brand asset or a logo, creating that, managing that, distributing that, then using those assets to your website, your content, your mobile app, your IoT device on a display board, all of that. Then you are using marketing automation to say, okay, I want to display this person who is a pharmacist. I would like to show him personalized content, all of that analytics about who is consuming the content, what content he or she deserves to watch, and then providing that to a transaction level. People can buy it online, and then doing after services like a portal or a customer acquisition. I reckon there will be an end-to-end customer experience. No one will know what is e-commerce means and what is CMS. It's a DX. It's a customer solution you're talking about. And I see the tools like AI, where people are proactively thinking. The technology is figuring out who you are, what's the content you like the most, and serving that basic on Intel. Then they're understanding what product is finishing first, what's the inventory look like.
Sure.
They can predict what's going to sell more into next Christmas time. So I feel AI, cloud, and this end-to-end seamless trend, this is where we're going. And very soon we will be thinking solution, not silo of e-commerce. Or very exciting time. And I think more I see these presentations, more I hear, my God, it makes me really feel passionate about it.
Fantastic. Yeah. So lastly, for those looking to venture into the digital solutions industry, what advice would you give them based on your years of experience and success?
First thing I will say, and this is just with my humble opinion, I'm sure I could be very wrong as well. Never get bogged down into these lingos and buzzwords. Every 3 years, you will listen new words like, what do you call it, the keychains and blockchains and AIs, and it all is all of the technology things are important, but what you need to always think about is what solution you are offering.
Sure.
What value you are adding to your clients. As long as you're very clear about the value you are creating for your client, technology should be used as a tool. We should not say, oh, I'm an EI company, but now I'm looking at blockchain because everyone is talking about it. Makes diddly do, no impact. So first thing I would say is think solution. Don't bog down about lingos and new buzzwords and keep distracting yourself. Third thing I would say is the technology landscape is crammed with so many great companies, so many great technologies, so many ideas. You can't do everything yourself. So say no where you need to. Keep focus, play with your strength. Don't try to adopt everything and do everything. You cannot ever. Even like some Microsofts and Googles and these guys with unlimited resources, they cannot thrive in every domain. So small businesses starting now, play with your strength, say no to everything else, think about who is your client, how you want to serve to them, and focus on that. And the last piece is IT services and digital transformation business is as good as your people. So if you have a project manager or a great consultant you're looking to hire, let's say his or her salary expectation is 100 grand, and then you have another candidate available for maybe 80, and he or she is about 90% there. Always hire the best candidate, not just compromise on quality. It will never work, trust me. Someone who have a chemistry with you, someone who has a really good quality, and don't get comfortable because I'm from India, I can talk the language, so I can have an office in India. Why? Hire the people where they are best. Doesn't matter what culture, what background they come from. There are really, really good people available, but make sure you go for quality and a good chemistry. Once you have a great team, it doesn't matter what challenge that comes to you. Like I am probably the least competent person in my team, but I have a privilege to have so many amazing talent in my team. I'm always confident they'll look after me and my client. And I think that's the key of success.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for an insightful chat and educational. And definitely we'll do things in the future. And have a great day, Bharat, and good luck.
Thank you very much for having me, James. Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.